Hi everyone, welcome to week one of Microbiology 205. This is the lecture portion. If you are taking, and I imagine most of you are, concurrently the lab portion of the course, this is lecture, and my name is Jonathan Jeffries, and I will be your professor and your guide through as you traverse the world of microbiology, or as I like to call it, the world of the unseen. Now, if you read my introductory announcement, I'll restate it here for emphasis. This is a 7-week course, a lot of information. You're getting a whole semester's worth of information in just 7 weeks. So it rolls along really, really quickly. So it is in your best interest to stay on top of everything, and probably not wise to wait until Sunday evening to try and do all of your assignments. Work a little bit during the week, and you'll be fine. This is especially true with regard to discussion posts, which I'll talk about more shortly. But you have to make, just like with lab, you have to make two peer response. You have to do your initial discussion post, but also make two peer responses on each of 3 different days during the week to get full credit for that. So just be aware of that. Waiting until the end of the week to do all of that stuff is not going to be a very wise plan of action. All right, this week we'll touch on 3 topics. First is microbes in a human world, or as I like to question, is it really humans in a microbial world? Because if you think about it, there are 5 nonillion, that's N-O-N. That's 5 times 10 to the 30th power. That's 530 zeros after it. Bacteria on the planet. If that means nothing to you, try this. There are more microorganisms on Earth than there are stars in the sky. There are more than 1 billion microbes in a teaspoon of dirt that you might dig out of your backyard. There are more than 1 million bacteria that can fit on the tip, that's the pointed end of a pen. That's PIN, like a sewing needle or a stick pin, not PEN. There are more than 1 trillion microorganisms living on or in your body right now. And for that reason, we say the microorganisms are ubiquitous. And that's just a fancy word that means everywhere all the time. Microorganisms are in every niche on every continent on the earth. You can find microbes living and thriving in the Antarctic ice. You can find microbes living and thriving in the hottest deserts of the Middle East. Second item here is molecules of life. I know this is microbiology, but we still have to know a little bit about atoms, protons and neutrons and electrons and atoms and molecules and um, chemical reactions and pH and all that kind of stuff that keeps life doing what it needs to do. We collectively call that stuff biochemistry, but don't let that word freak you out. We're going to do a very superficial review of those concepts that you are familiar with probably from like 7th grade life science or 10th grade biology, or maybe you had a biology course already in college. Some of the same stuff. Shouldn't be very new to you. And then third, there is cell structure and function. Now there are marked differences between bacterial cells and human cells. Bacterial cells do not have a formal nucleus. We call them prokaryotes. Karyo pertains to the nucleus. Pro means before. So prokaryotes are cells or prokaryotic cells or cells that form before the nucleus formed. And then animal cells, plant cells, all higher organisms are eukaryotes. Again, karyo, nucleus pertains to the nucleus. EU means true. So these are cells with a true nucleus. That includes humans and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my, all plants, but even some unicellular organisms like paramecia and amoeba, which we'll talk about later on as well. So you will learn to distinguish between the 2 types of cells and appreciate, I hope, how bacteria can infect our cells and cause horrible diseases like meningitis, tuberculosis, anthrax, and a whole host of other things that, again, you'll learn some about this term. These next items I call housekeeping items. Familiarize yourself with the syllabus and the assignment schedule. Make your first board post by introducing yourself to your peers. Just follow the prompts with regard to discussions. Your introduction is due no later than tomorrow evening. That's 11:59 p.m. And all assignment due times are Arizona time, or I always say GCU time. I live on the East Coast, and we are in daylight savings time, so we're 2 hours ahead of those of you in Arizona. 3 hours difference if you live on the West Coast. Some of you are coming in from other countries. And so just remember, for everyone, assignment due times are always 11:59 p.m. Grand Canyon University time. So that introduction is due no later than Wednesday. That's January 7th, 11:59 p.m. GCU time. I'll start sounding like a broken record with that, but I'm required by the university to just remind you of those cutoffs. Your first real discussion post is due no later than Friday. That's this Friday, January 9, 11:59 p.m. GCU time. Again, just follow the prompts, and I do my best to respond to everyone's introduction and everyone's first post. Nothing is really major here in this first week. Really start getting into some meat as far as discussions go next week. Make sure that you can connect to Connect. Connect is our platform through McGraw-Hill. That's our publisher. And the Connect platform is where you have access to all of your assignments, your quizzes, your homeworks, your textbook. So make sure that you can connect with Connect. If you haven't figured it out yet, if you go to class resources and the very first item is Nestor's Microbiology, that's your textbook. There's a little blue link down below. There's a very short description. Click on the blue link. That takes you to Connect. Set up your account with your credentials, and then that will let you into the platform where you can have access to all of your weekly assignments. All right. Also, not only quizzes, but also your exams, your midterm and your final exam are through Connect. Okay, by the way, all of those assessments are proctored, so just be aware of that. Now, once you're in Connect, click on Topic 1, Microbial Cell Structure. That's where we are this week. And that opens up a drop-down menu where you can find all of your activities. There's a cell structure assignment, that's a homework assignment, and a cell structure quiz. Both are due no later than Sunday. That's January 11, 11:59 p.m. GCU time. Textbook is Nestor's Microbiology, A Human Perspective, and you can find that once you go to Connect, um, go to the right side vertical menu on the page, and you'll see Nestor's Microbiology, the textbook, and you can just it's a digital book, so you can just click on that and it opens it up, and then you can go from there. All right. Also, a number of helpful resources posted in class resources. The class resources tab is on the left side vertical menu. Scroll down just above where you see topic 1, topic 2, topic 3 is this class resources. Just click on that. It opens up the whole gamut of resources. There are some that have been put there by the university, and I've already posted a number there, a number of resources, several tutorial videos, um, a document on how to properly compose and submit your discussion posts. So check those things out. I will, throughout the term, post other resources there, like a midterm review, final review, and things like that. But usually I will make an announcement or post an announcement that says check out the the new resource. Okay? Pay particular attention to due dates on all of your assignments. Proper credit can only be given for complete and timely submissions. If you have any issues, problems, questions along the way, contact me as soon as possible. You can message me directly. That's 804-229-7993. If you message me, you need to give me your first name and also the class that you are enrolled in, because I teach other classes and I have more than 100 students in any given term. So just be very specific when you message me. Otherwise, you can use your Hello message box or inbox, whichever term you prefer there. Those are the two quickest ways to get a hold of me. If I'm in my office, my normal office hours are 9:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. These are East Coast times. Wednesdays and Fridays are my flex time, so I'm in and out. But if you catch me in the office, I will answer you right away, or at least within, if I'm busy, at least within 20 or 30 minutes. Otherwise, be patient. You can also email me using campus email. I check my email every day, multiple times through the weekend, but it may take me a little bit longer to get to you if you go by email. The best way is message direct or the Halo message box. Okay, I posted a link to a short video by Professor Dave. I love Professor Dave, and I think you will too. It's called Introduction to the Microbial World. Check out that short video, and it will kind of give you an idea of where we are headed as we go into this study of microbiology and microbes. All right, that's all I have. Let me know what's going on. I will chat with some of you through your introductions and your first post, and I look forward to the next 7 weeks. All right, have a good week.